Alright, hello everyone. We are back. We have one more side quest to do, and then we're back to main story until they give me a few more side quests.
My carpet.
Take a sniff, good sir.
Leave now. There'll be no one to... Gone, just like that. And without so much as a by your leave.
What's the matter?
It's my apprentice. He up and vanished while my back was turned. I'd go and look for him myself, but I've got a bakery to run. A bakery that's now short one pair of hands. Loath though I am to rely on the kindness of strangers, I'm at a loss. Please, will you see if you can find him?
See what I can do.
I'll see what I can do. Do you know where he might have gone?
I wouldn't be surprised if he was off somewhere mooning at Drake's Fang. He used to work there, you see. Poor fool left his heart in its hollow.
All right. Then that's where I'll start.
Jeremy, would you work as a baker's apprentice? Man, the apprenticeship program, like just the whole idea of apprenticeship needs to be expanded upon.
Made from the stoutest.
Because right now you primarily only hear apprentices in the trades, like, you know, in, being an electrician's apprentice or like,
No, I'm telling you, it's gone.
or the like. But it'd be cool if you could like get apprentices in like other things. Like, you kind of see bits and pieces of it, like when you get like teachers' aides in college and whatnot, but that's only like a very temporary thing. Or the co-op program in high school, that's also a similar idea. But like a full-fledged apprenticeship isn't something that you really see much of anymore. Where you get paid probably a smaller wage, but a wage, and you learn on the job how to do the job. I wonder if that would really just allow for like more mastery of a program, like of various like skill sets. Anyway, Vector, you didn't miss too much, by the way. We just did some hunts, and we told everyone in the hideout about Hugo Kupka, and then we did our first S rank hunt. Hey, Tengage. And I actually succeeded in killing the S rank hunt on my first try. Look, this guy, he's just here.
Thanks, Gal.
Hey, Jeremy, imagine if you just left work one day to go stare at your old workplace. I mean, yes, that's true. But this isn't how society is now. It's more of an idealistic statement.
What do you want? The baker sent me to find you.
I am a sorry, selfish sod, aren't I? I'm certainly not a baker. Master must have ruled the day he took me in. Time was the sight of the Fang used to calm my nerves. But now look at her.
I take it you missed the Mother Crystal.
I hated her, but she was all I knew. Worked her mines for years. And when she shattered, part of me shattered with her. I had to trade my pickaxe for a rolling pin, but I'm no good at baking. Every loaf I touch collapses. My bread's as hollow as I am. She was the only thing that could fill the hole inside me. Oh, I loved her, damn it. But now she's gone. She's never coming back. What am I supposed to do? I ask her. How does a shell of a man learn to live again?
Focus on the job at hand. Think about what you can do right now.
What use is proofing loaves when... Wait. Perhaps the solution has been in the bakery all along. You've opened my eyes. Thank you, friend, and fare thee well.
Wait.
Anyway, Tengage, I was saying,
Suppose you won't be needing an escort then.
in an ideal situation, I think the apprenticeship program should be utilized more by more professions.
Ah, there you are. The man who lit a fire under my wayward apprentice. Though I worry you might have stoked the flames a little too high. He damn near ran me down trying to get to my oven.
Master, it's ready.
Oh damn, you cooked that fast.
Behold the Drake's Balm. A truly unique creation.
I dare say it is.
Just look at it. A perfect likeness of the Fang herself. Her steepled peaks, her fulsome spurs, her inviting hollow. True, my loaves collapse more often than not, but what's the Fang without her crater? Why, no Fang at all. And look, inside. She's filled to bursting with a bounty of beautiful crystals.
That doesn't sound good.
Crystals! Master, I have found my purpose. I must use my work here to preserve the memory of the Fang.
Well, if it tastes half as unique as it looks, I'd certainly say you're onto something. Not only is my apprentice back, but he's finally pulling his weight. With any luck, I might even have a new delicacy on my hands. I don't know how you did it, but you have my thanks.
I don't ever notice the star. I just had to poach it from you. Rude. And that's a good little side quest. Okay, so I think that's everything we can do right now. We just helped the baker. Anyway, Jerry, do you ever just leave your work and just go and sit and stare at your old workplace? I feel like if you did that, they'd probably call the police on you.
We're seeing troops amassing at every.
What the fuck's this guy doing? Why is he staring at her? Why is he here? I also feel like you'd probably get fired.
Benefactors are a generous lot. Best of luck out there, Sid. Oh, I wasn't expecting you back. Kuka.
I thought that bastard's death would change things.
When I close my eyes,
I can still hear Jar's voice as he whispers for us to run, as he calls out to the soldiers to distract them. His words saved us. But I'll never forget that. It's just like you said, words are immortal. And he's live on in me. It changed my life and I've wanted to thank him ever since.
only I don't know how.
I don't know the right words.
I wish you were here.
Teach them to me.
I'll be here waiting.
It was good. We, well, it was good-ish. It started off really rough with a bunch of stuff at work failing because these people didn't send us the files they were supposed to, so it was really fucking annoying because our system kept crying about it and sending me tickets every 30 minutes. Saturday and Sunday was good though. It wasn't nearly as bad. And then on Sunday, we actually made huge progress in raid.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Like our first pull was huge progress, and we just moved up from there.
All right, Clive. What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal.
Displacement stack. Here.
And this is for.
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with Mythril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts meching. The sack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
So,
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
I get why this is a part in the game. Unfortunately, I'm not the biggest fan of this part of the game. Every time you have to do chores for Mid, like, I like Mid as a character. She's fun. She's like high-spirited and high energy. But every time you gotta do chores for her, the game just slows down so much, and it's already slowed down once you get to the parts with her, that it just feels like everything moves at a crawl at that point. It's not as exciting.
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
Thermal plating designs. Instructions on how to go about building oneself a full set of thermal plating to dissipate heat from around a Mythril engine, should one find oneself in need of such a thing.
Krieger's Tates. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy though. And I'll need help. Get Gav and Otto in here, will you?
All right.
But it does give you a chance to, like, speak to some of your other party members and whatnot, so.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Velcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand collecting the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, we can get this over with.
Alright guys, we can choose who we want to go with us to get the Stardust. Do we want Gav or Otto? Who would you guys like us to go with?
You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these two lucky souls is going with you?
What do you guys think? Otto, you're with me, or Gav, you're with me? The only thing that changes in who you pick here is that the dialogue changes with who you're speaking to. So you get a little bit of background on Otto, or you get a bit of background on Gav. Who would you guys like to see? What are we thinking? Pick the sexy one. I don't know which one you think the sexy one is. I'm gonna guess Gav because he's got a scar on his eye.
Gav, you're with me.
All right, then. So, where do we find this Stardust stuff?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
Southern reaches of the Velcroy, eh? That's down past Dalamil. I'll go and scout the place out. See about hiring us a wagon to bring the stuff back to.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
While you're off having a paddle, I'll pick up the rest of this stuff from Blackthorn's supply. Take care.
You two, eh? Don't go letting him fleece ya.
Fleece me? I like to see him try.
In your own time.
Anyway, that was a big complaint you had about the Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Act 1 and the prologue are so fast-paced and kind of intense. By the time you get into Act 3, the game slows way down, only to get much faster again in Act 4 and 5. So, FF16, I love FF16. My main complaints about these games are entirely the pacing. And the side quests are important because they help build the world out, which is great. But this game's highs are so high. Like, if you watch the Titan part, like, it is so much hype, so much dopamine, like, but then when you get stuck doing the quests for mid and the side quests, like, it doesn't compare. And even though they're important, it just doesn't feel as great because of how fantastic the actual fights are.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Gav?
So I think the solution to that was to just add in a few more really cool fights in between.
Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as we can. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dalamil, and they seem to think it was worthless. But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get. There's plenty of the stuff lying about just begging to be bagged.
Then let's get bagging, shall we?
We shall. Race ya.
So the primary issue I think with the game is they thought hunts and the side quests that have like boss fights would be enough to fill you to fill your like desire for combat. And while many of those are good, this game has a woeful lack of enemy types, which is another complaint of mine about the game. Is like there's like 16 different enemies or something like that. It's ridiculously low.
So
And
this is Stardust. It just
Not-
looks like black sand to me.
there's not much variance between them either. Like, yeah, there's 16 enemies, like, but each Morbold kind of does the same thing with slightly different movesets in that it'll use worse breath instead of bad breath, or one will spin when it uses bad breath. One will throw out a few waves of acid on the ground instead of just like 3. Like, it's not much difference in what you have to do. And then they give enemies huge health pools.
That should be enough for now. Let's see how
Sass
Gav's getting
spins
on.
when he uses bad breath. Bad breath is actually pretty good in FF14. When you use it as a blue mage. Hey Gav, you got it for me.
You finished? How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
Stardust. Legend has it that a star once fell from the heavens and punctured a hole in the Dalnekian desert, whence sprang forth the fountainhead of the river Velcroy.
Oh, you win. That might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we have a chat?
I don't even think it's as simple as they blew their budget building big. I think they honestly thought people would be more interested in the world building, which again, I understand the importance of it and I like it, but damn, does it feel not as great as
Feels
the
like ages
other
since
stuff.
we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back
So if you
when
choose
first
auto,
took
this
Sid's
seems
name,
different.
We were talking all the time, working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain? Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other. You can take a day off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his time behind enemy lines.
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you.
Pretty sure I just heard a rooster
Right.
outside.
That's enough soppy shite for one day. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slings his hammer at someone.
Hector's
on
gonna
ahead.
swing his hammer.
And try to get some rest once you're there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. After Blackthorn gets what he needs, of course.
My upstairs neighbor now has a rooster. No, my upstairs neighbor just plays a lot of music that
Ready to go
shakes the
home, boy?
apartment. And I swear to God, it's the same fucking song every time. I guess I can just teleport to Backflame? Hang on. No, get out. Also, that's another complaint. Every time you open the map, there's like this delay between when you open it and when you can move the cursor. And it's like, come on, you don't need to fucking do that. That's just a more of a minor nitpick.
Blackthorn. Got everything you need.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the Stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
We should go out on maneuvers together more often. You're beat sneaking around on your tud all the time.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Gav is absolutely hitting on me.
I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
Yay, quest complete! Hey, at least they gave me 500 fucking AP for that. I'll take that. Hell yeah. How much AP do I
Suppose
actually
we'd
need?
better be getting
for
back to
stability?
work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
Don't talk to me like that, Otto. I need 3,140. We're almost there. The upgraded version of it is sick. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, let me just teleport over to mid because I hate running through the fucking hideaway sometimes.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? Right.
Thanks, mid. Glad you at least learned the name of the people who are working with you.
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the Mythril engine, in which Mythril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you.
Yay.
Does that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
I forget what the unwanted visitor was. It's Piamet. Time to go evict Piamet. Exactly. Alright, so we spoke with Helena. We gotta make for Lorbert's Pass. Before we do that, I'm actually gonna save my game because I have not saved it a bit. See that there? I don't like doing that. Just put the icon on the map. You don't have to show me where it is and pause. And, like, prevent me from moving, because I'm back here again, and again, I can't move until it lets. Irritates the crap out of me. It's the same thing in Zelda, actually. Whenever you push a button, and it's going to show you exactly where it is.
Leave anything you don't need.
Every time you push the switch, it irritates the crap out of me. Show you the first time, and then that's it. You don't need to keep doing it. Speaking of which, I know a few people who have picked up the new Zelda game. I have not bought it yet. I actually completely forgot about it, so I gotta add it to my backlog. But everyone I know that's played it really likes it. Yeah, like I've heard two things about it. Well, two main things, and that's that the game is really awesome and so much fun, and that it's woke. I haven't heard too much about the Silent Hill remaster myself, but it does look like Link's Awakening, but also... Why are these enemies level 13? But what if I also talked?
Ready, go?
You sure? Sorry about the cold. You're fighting the bastard that is work bullshit? Yeah.
Safe.
Oh, God. Yeah, I know you mean Tears of the Kingdom. I was trying to figure out how they pronounce the short form for it, if it's Talk or just Talk.
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back.
Tater tots of the kingdom. I still have to play Tears of the Kingdom on stream. I'm dreading eventually doing that because, like I said, I have a
Anybody home?
not fun relationship with that game. Oh look, another Aramon.
This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go.
You get over there and it's Gav. What guy's Doom on me? Who the fuck do you think you are? fired its laser at me.
Nice try.
Oh, jeez, that's broken already. That was fast. This thing doesn't even get a name. It's just unwanted visitor. We teleport, you bitch. You're good. No, don't. Oh, I waited too long because I was trying to dodge Doom.
Too slow.
Lightning ball. Ooh, parry. Bet you'll think twice about doing something that gets parried. You won't think twice, let's be real.
Nice try.
If he lives through this, I was gonna Judgment Bolt him, so. There's an interesting divide happening at your work where like half the people know that we're being stupid and the other half are like the status quo. Unfortunately, upper management is the half that's happy with the status quo. Yeah, that's usually the case. Because usually making changes costs money, so
Things
fuck
I
that.
do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Sounds like she just creamed herself.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
I was not expecting Judgment Bolt just to immediately knock that thing down to half its HP. Oh, we got Eye of the Warrior. Increases strength tonic durations by 10 seconds. Ooh. Okay.
If I don't come up with something soon.
It's funny because here they get mad about having to spend 10K on a data set. In finance, some data sets are like 500K. Yeah. It's insane.
Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prism for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes?
Harpocrates.
Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
Trap the children to it, that'll work. I don't know how it's gonna
Right
stop
away.
the flames. I'll just burn them up. Which, to some, that's not that big of a deal, but does not necessarily solve the problem. Give me a sec, guys. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We got more FF16 for you.